We're ready for the Huskies of Washington with Coach Hopkins, and Matisse Thibel is also with us, as well as Jason Noel, and we will take Jalen Noel, I apologize. We will take your questions for the players following Coach Hopkins' opening statement. Thank you.
Ready? All right. You know, you get a chance to play Carolina. It's a pretty incredible opportunity, and I felt in the first half, you know, we got down, we kept fighting back, showed a lot of resiliency, cut the lead to 8, missed a couple foul shots at the end, and Kobe White, 4 for 5 from the three-point line the first half. We felt like in the second half, if we could find him, do a better job on the glass, we could be there. And, you know, they just, really big team, really good shooting team. It seemed like when they missed, they got the rebound, and you're not going to win too many games getting out-rebounded by 24. But our kids kept fighting. They battled like champions like they are. And unfortunately, we ran into a tough Carolina team tonight.
Go ahead with questions for our players, please.
Matisse, how would you summarize your final season at Washington?
I mean, for me, like everyone's goal when you come into college, like you want to play on this stage and be able to win your league, be able to say you're a champion, all those things. And I was able to accomplish all that this year with 3 seniors, 3 of my senior teammates who we've been through it all together. And even with these new guys like Jalen and the young guys, like to be able to bond together and achieve so much in my last year, I couldn't have imagined it coming through, and I'm glad I was able to do it with these guys.
Coach, when you're up against
Let's take questions for our players first,
Oh,
and
okay,
then
I'm sorry.
we'll finish with them and take questions for our coach. Thanks.
Jalen, for you, you played some good teams, other tournament teams this season, including #1 Gonzaga. Could you compare and contrast North Carolina with what you've seen from other top teams?
Well, they're all really good teams. They all play very hard. One thing I can say about North Carolina is that they're really resilient. When we were up on them, I got to give them credit. They kept playing, and they kept going at us. And you know, they're a really good team. You know?
Matisse, did you feel like there was a lot going on behind you for an inordinate amount of time on defense?
I mean, we flew around for the most part on defense and had some pretty good energy, but like Coach said, the rebounding killed us. And they're a big team, a strong team, physical team, and we weren't able to get back and grab a lot of those rebounds from the missed shots that we forced.
Jalen, you had everyone on the team seemed like, especially in the second half, had some very good looks, and then things just didn't go for a roll.
Yeah, you know, that's just how the game goes sometimes. So, you know, we just try to make sure that even though those shots were falling, we were able to pick it up, at least on the defensive end, and that was really our main focus when our shots weren't falling.
Thank you both for your time, and a tremendous effort in the 2 games here has been great for us to get a chance to watch, and we look forward to seeing what you both do down the road. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our question is now for Coach Hopkins. Go ahead.
Coach, you obviously accomplished a whole lot in 2 years. I realize that this is a disappointing conclusion, but how do you assess now what was done and what you've got to do?
Well, I think at the end of the day, you see what the best looks like, feels like, and Carolina's got a lot. They got great guard play, they got great size, they got great shooting. They're physical, they're big, and you saw what it felt like. Sometimes, you know, our best offense is a smaller team, and you know, you see the size that you got to have to get to be a top-level program, and that's our goal, that's our standard, that's what we're going to try to do. And you know, it was learned a lot tonight. You know, I think it was great for everybody. You know, as we always say, it doesn't matter, get better, DMGB. At the end of the day, we're frustrated that we lost, but really proud of the guys winning 29 games, winning the Pac-12 outright by 3 games, and played some really tough competition, got into the tournament, which was a major goal for this program, and to win a game, Unfortunately, we didn't play our best tonight, but that had a lot to do with North Carolina. And the younger guys got some minutes, and they got a chance to feel what this is all about. And that's, I think, the greatest thing that could happen for our program as we build forward, is to feel it, see it, and experience it. Because that's a feeling playing in this tournament like no other in this sport, and it's what you want every year. And so to be able to experience it with the young guys as well as what the seniors have accomplished, I'm really, really proud.
What's the biggest positive you can take out of this experience with the whole tournament and everything?
The positive is, for we're trying to build a program, and when you're building a program, you gotta, you get a lot through experience, and to be able to win a game and to feel it. Sometimes you walk out on that court and that stage is pretty big. And, I've seen it a lot, but our guys haven't, and it's a pretty cool thing. And I've learned so many things, but the most important was for our guys to understand what it takes to get to this level, and then what it's going to take to win a national championship. And there's nothing like experience, and this experience is definitely going to elevate and push us forward.
Coach, Noah was particularly impressed by how Carolina handled your guys' zone. What did you see out there in terms of execution on their end, and how much do you think them seeing it against Syracuse?
Well, I think the biggest thing is our zone is active. It's been great all year. I think the biggest thing is when you're talking about like size. You talk about Syracuse, it's 6'6" at the guards, and it's 7'1", and guys holding hands from sideline to sideline. And that's why I give our guys a lot of credit when we have Dickerson in the game. Noah, he's 6'6", 6'7", and you got Jalen at 6'3" in the back line, and it can be disruptive. We still had 12 takeaways, which was really good. But the rebounding aspect of it was just a little bit too overwhelming. And you got to pick your poison. You can't defend everything. And so when they started making those threes with Kobe White and them, it kind of pushed us out a little bit. And then when they got inside, those guys are pretty darn good. So it's just one of those nights. They're one of the best teams in the country. We got to experience it. We didn't have our best game. I thought, at the beginning of the second half, we hit the three to cut it to 5, and we didn't get back, and that's what they're known for is their transition. They hit a 3. So every time we kind of swung and hit them a little bit, they came back with a haymaker. And but a great learning experience for our guys.
Coach, you mentioned when they got it inside. Just talk a little bit about Little and May. 20 points each, and most of it was just getting it right there in the lane and being able to do something with it.
Yeah, you know what? They remind me of the Zags a lot, Gonzaga. They've got really good big guys that are great interior passers, and guys that can operate in that high post area. And it's a hard cover for us. It's a hard matchup. I thought they got us everywhere. They got us in the high post. They got us on the 3. They got to the foul line. And unfortunately, I thought we got some good looks. We just had one of those shooting nights. When you play against a team like this, almost everything has to go right, and yet you don't have a large margin for error, and we just didn't have enough.
Their transition after made baskets was, I guess, borderline astonishing.
Yeah.
I'm sure you talked all about it yesterday. Why is that so hard to coach against?
Well, and like I said before, the great thing about experiencing this, we played Kansas last year, who runs pretty good, not like this. Played Gonzaga, who I really think pushes the ball. It's just one of those things. We had Noah playing the forward, so it was a little bit different. So we're going inside to him, and Hamir's playing the center. So the one was just a defensive breakdown the first play, the second half of the second play. He ran down the middle, and Noah had scored foul, and they just sprinted down, and we didn't recognize and help the guy who had fell. But it's something that we emphasize going in. When you play Carolina, it's very simple: transition defense and defensive rebound. And we did a decent. The fast break points are off here because it was 4 at halftime, and they hit the 3, and then Kobe went all the way for a layup. So there was more opportunities, but that's what they do, and we just didn't do a great job in those 2 areas.
Well, selfishly, it's been great for us to get a chance to see you for couple of games in a different part of the country, and we appreciate your team, appreciate your coaching staff very much, and our thanks for being here.
Thank you very much. It's been an honor to be a part of this tournament, and thank you for covering us, and you'll see more of us. This isn't the last time.